Hello, my devs. So today we're going to talk about the mood. Yes, that mood. The doing it mood. Or, almost more importantly, the not doing it mood or not being in the mood. Anywho's, I mean, it's okay. It's okay to not be in the mood for sex, especially, you know what? No. It is okay to not be in the mood for sex if you are a human being because you are allowed to feel how you feel. So, I mean, and we all know that I'm the kind of person that says you have the rights to your own body, that you have the right to feel how you feel. So this is no different. You know, if you're not in the mood, then no, you don't have to do it. And you don't have to be in the mood, and you don't have to have a reason to not be in the mood. You just aren't in the mood, and that's totally fine too. So I used to have relations with people because I felt that it was my obligation to. Maybe I was dating them, or, you know, maybe, I don't know, I was dating them is pretty much the only reason that I can think that I would have had. But, I mean, you shouldn't have relations. I don't feel like saying the word tonight. You shouldn't feel like having relations with somebody or feel obligated to have relationships with somebody or relations with somebody just because of a certain reason. If you're not in the mood for it, then you're not in the mood for it. And I don't know, that's okay too. So I would like to make something very clear, though. None of the people that I had these relations with when I didn't necessarily want to knew that I didn't want to do it. That wasn't anything that they were aware of. I mean, at least I don't think that they were aware of it, but I never actually came out and said, hey, I don't want to do this. It was just, I didn't feel like doing it, but I felt obligated to, so I would let it happen, if that makes sense. I mean, I don't know. And I would like to make it very clear that they never forced me to do anything. I don't want anybody to feel as though I'm blaming anybody for anything, because I'm not. I take full responsibility. I never said I didn't want to. I made it seem as though I did. And, I mean, and that's just because I felt obligated to, and it's not their fault that I felt that way. So, let me tell you a story. So, I dated this guy a couple of times, went out on a date. He was super awesome, super nice. And we went back to his house. We ended up back at his house, and we were on the couch watching TV, and things got, you know, they got it going, okay? And we're sitting there on the couch, and he looks at me and he says, hey, you want to take this to the bedroom? And I did. I did want to take it to the bedroom, but I did not want to take it to the bedroom that night. So I said, you know what? No, not tonight. And he's, without skipping a beat, he said, cool. And we went back to making out and stuff. And I never before had thought that it was okay to say, you know what, no, I'm not really feeling it tonight. I'm not really feeling it. I don't want to do it. And I never thought that it would just be like, cool, and like continue on with what we were doing. I'd never had an experience like that before. And so that was like really cool and really empowering, because I didn't have to give any reasons. And he didn't ask me for any, and he was just like, cool, whatever, like, it is what it is. So that was cool. The guy and I didn't end up working out, but I learned a very important lesson from him, and that I carried on with me in my single year after that, I guess, and then I carried it on with me in my relationship as well. And sometimes I'm not in the mood, and that's fine, and, you know, that's that. So if we fast forward to the relationship that I'm in now, when we started dating, I told him that I wanted to wait, and he respected that, and we waited as long as I wanted to. And then, you know, before we moved on with anything, I had told him about my past and my issues, and he has been the most supportive about it. And, you know, I'd say that our romance life is healthy, even though I'm still not in the mood sometimes, and I feel like I'm going to say that is okay a lot of times in this post, by the way, because I want to reassure people that you don't always have to be in the mood. And if you are always in the mood, that's fine too, because again, you're allowed to feel how you feel. So I don't know if me not wanting to be in the mood is because I'm human or because of what happened. I just know that he accepts that part of me. So I worry sometimes, though, that he does feel undesirable or that he feels unwanted. And we actually just recently had a conversation about this, so I can tell you that the rejection of it does sting him. Because nobody likes to be rejected. Nobody likes to be rejected, especially whenever it comes to that, because we're so trained to think that, you know, sex equals desire and sex equals wantedness, and that if somebody doesn't want to have sex with you, it's because they don't want to be with you, or because they don't desire you, because they're not attracted to you, and this, that, and the other thing, and I don't know what else. But that's not the case. You know, I want to be with him, and I desire him, and I am very much attracted to him, but sometimes I just don't want to do it, and that is okay, as I said I was going to say a lot in this post. Like I said, I don't know if that's because of what I've been through or if because I'm human. I just know that that sometimes I just don't want to do it, you know? And the experience with the guy before, the one that I dated, that I said no and he was like, cool, that to me was also shocking on the level as far as, you know, I've had a lot of friends, male and female, tell me about times when, you know, they felt pressured into sex, or they felt obligated to have sex with somebody for some stupid reason. Like, you should never feel obligated to have sex with somebody. You should never feel obligated. You should never feel obligated to give that part of you up to someone. You should want to do it with somebody because you want to do it, not because you feel obligated to. And you shouldn't be pressured into it either. And it's not an exclusive thing for women. Like, women are the only people who are pressured into sex, which is a common, you know, misunderstanding and, you know, misassumption. Misassumption? I don't even think that's a term. But it's a common thing that people assume that's wrong. Okay? Men get pressured into sex just as often, and they're told that, oh, you're lucky you got laid. No. If you didn't want to have sex with somebody, if you were pressured into it, then that's not okay. You know, that's not, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. It's not okay. So, like I said, fast forward to my love again. I do worry that sometimes he feels undesirable or unwanted, and I know that, you know, rejection hurts, and I know that whenever I say, you know what, I'm not in the mood, I know that that feels like rejection, but I don't know. I feel like our relationship, we bond on other things, we are intimate in other ways. I show him other ways that I want him and that I desire him and that I'm attracted to him. So I don't think that he doesn't know that. I just think that because of the way that we're conditioned, that we just assume and we want people to want us, right? So it isn't like in all the movies that we see, like when people are about to do it, they're all like, oh, I can't control myself, I must rip all the clothes off of your body and have sex with you. And I don't know why. I don't know why in the movies the character sounds like an 80-year-old man. But whatever. I digress. Right? And so then, you know, you get with somebody and you're like, oh, they're going to want to tear up all of my clothes and have my body and all this stuff. And then I'm like, nah, let's cuddle. Let's go to bed. Good night. You know, I don't know. I don't know. It's not the end all be all of a relationship, I feel. And I feel like my relationship doesn't need it. However, my love may feel a different way. So I guess we'll find out eventually. I don't know. Where am I going with this video? That it's okay to not to want to have sex. That's pretty much the whole point of this, right? You agree, Caspian? Caspian agrees, guys. I don't know. I think that we as humans equate sex to desire and worth sometimes, and that's not where we find our worth. We have our worth without people wanting, you know, like our worth is separate from that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I do worry that it'll eat away at him, but I know that I show my love in other ways, so I don't think that he ever doubts that I love him. And we have a pretty open line of communication, so, I mean, he has an outlet to talk to me about it if he wants to. I mean, and I ask him, probably more than he would like, but I ask him. I know that so I actually had a dream about this the other night, but I know that if I were with someone else, anyone at all, The situation would only be different because the other person might not be as understanding. I know that since the date with the guy, I know that I have not had sex with anybody because I felt obligated to, and I know that I won't because I know it's okay if I don't want to, that I don't have to, and I don't have to give any reason. And like, what is with people, like, if you say, no, I'm not in the mood, like, why do people feel that they have to say, like, oh, I'm on my period, or oh, I have a headache, or oh, I'm tired? Like, you don't have to give a reason. You're not in the freaking mood, dude. Like, you're not a robot. You're not a sex bot. If you were, then you wouldn't have feelings on the matter. But you're not. So you're allowed to feel how you feel, and you're allowed to want things and not want things. I know that I want to spend the rest of my life by his side, and I know that it wouldn't be different with anybody else. I mean, I wouldn't want to be with anybody else, first of all, but I digress. I know that I want, nor do I desire anyone else, but even though my heart, soul, and body want to be with him and want to be near him and to be intimate with him, not all the time does that mean that I want to have sex. And I'd like to believe that that is a human feeling. I'd like to believe that humans just sometimes don't want those things. And maybe it is just because I'm human. Maybe it is just because I'm human and that's just how my hormones are and whatever, and science. But maybe also it is because of what happened. And honestly, I mean, I guess that is what it is. I don't know. I will say, however, that I do blame what happened to me not wanting to say no to people. Because I know that in the past, whenever I did say no, it was not very pretty for me. I was not very pretty at all, is what I'm going to leave it as. So I was groomed to believe that that is how people show their love, which is so stupid, and that's not how people show their love. You show love in way other different ways, so that's not even the point. And because it's not the end-all be-all in relationships, at least I think it shouldn't be. I think that should not be the end-all be-all in relationships, and if that's the only thing that is making your relationship work, then I think that you need to reassess your relationship, your situation. But I don't know. I feel like it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I don't know. But with that, I bid you adieu. Don't know where I'm coming up with that. Hey, look, I got bangs, by the way. Wanted to show you guys. Not like you didn't notice in the past 12 minutes, but I digress. I wish you nothing but health. God, I can't talk to you guys. I'm so sorry. The last couple of videos I've been tongue-tied. I don't know what it is. The sun's down. Maybe my werewolf gene is coming out. Now I can't talk. Maybe it's a werecat gene. Anyway, I wish you nothing but health and happy, healthy love lives. We all deserve that. We all have the right to our own bodies. We all have the right to our moods or lack thereof. And you should not pressure anybody into sex. Not that I think that you guys are doing it, because I feel like if you're watching my videos, you're not out there pressuring people into sex, but I feel like you also should not feel pressured into having sex. I think that it was a wonderful, amazing thing that humans do. I'm not about to get into it with y'all, I'm sorry. But it's a wonderful, amazing thing that humans do, and if you want to do it, go on, rock out. But we're entitled to our moods, or again, lack thereof. So don't feel bad if you're not in the mood. That's all I've got to say. So until next time, I bid you farewell, and I wish you love and happiness. Goodbye, my devs.